If you ask the bigger question, is this the end of change for the way humans interact with computers?
Yeah.
And then the answer is definitely no.
What's your thought on the evolution of A, of smartphones, and B, of how we interact with technology on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, I think for smartphones, we're at the end of the innovation curve. There's always very steep change in the beginning, and then the change tapers off. I think we're at the end. The smartphone is not going to be significantly different today than, say, 5 years from now. So, but I think, if you ask the bigger question, is this the end of change for the way humans interact with computers?
Yeah.
And then the answer is definitely no. It's impossible to imagine that in all the foreseeable future ahead of us, human-computer interaction won't change or won't become more efficient. And I think technology always becomes more efficient over time. You're always able to accomplish more with less time or with less money or with less effort, empowered by technology. So if that's where things are going, then I would probably say that the contact lens you mentioned is more seamless than the goggles, right? I think long-term technology should disappear into the background, and it should enable us to become more human. It's everywhere, but also nowhere to be seen, so to speak.
Yeah, sure. It's so seamless. It becomes us. Elon Musk, he said on a podcast last year about how we are actually we're all. I think someone was asking him about cyborgs, and he sort of claimed we're already cyborgs because we have this external brain in our pocket all the time, And I think I just see the evolution of that becoming, maybe glasses next, contact lenses after that, and then potentially it's just a chip in our actual brains or something, whereby we just interact. The technology is literally a supplement to our brain somehow.
Could be, or maybe the edges between what's a human and what's a machine also start to blur over time.
Yeah, absolutely. What technology innovation are you most excited about in the world right now, Carl?
I think right now AI is a really hot topic, and everybody's talking about it. Everybody's thinking about it. We're also really excited about it because we think we are really well positioned to leverage this. The reason being that we have both hardware and software, and I think the best product experiences come when you marry hardware with software. There's a lot of teams that only have AI, but they don't really have the hardware. And hardware also gives you distribution. So not only can you create more interesting user experiences, but you also have a lot of users that you can deploy it to. And all those users have a lot of data that you can use to train the AI models further. So that's something really exciting we're thinking about, but I think it's really important to have a very clear hypothesis on a product market fit before jumping into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's maybe come back to AI in a minute. I just want to talk about Nothing first. Why did you set up Nothing? What is your tell us a little bit about your products and your offering and what your vision is for the company.
The vision is very simple. We just want to make tech fun again. So by making the best tech products that we can possibly make for the younger and the more creative consumers, we want to make tech fun again. So over time, we change as a company. The first year, 2021, we only had a pair of earphones on the market. And last year, in 22, we released our first smartphone. The long-term vision is to have products that are more fun and better designed than the competition. There's always really interesting kind of interactions. Like on the phone, we have put more than 900 LED lights on the back that starts to form a new interface. So we want to enable people to use their screen less and use the back of the phone to deliver important notifications kind of in their peripheral vision. So that's one of the things we're doing. But long term, I think we need to provide an alternative to users, to Apple. And if you look at Apple, they have hardware, they have software, they have services, and they also have content. So I think that's, longer term where we need to be driving our business. Our hardware company on its own is not worth anything.
No.
There's no moats. There's no recurring revenue. So we need to, over time, develop multiple revenue streams.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. So let's come back to the AI thing then that we were talking about. So how do your products, how are they going to utilize the development of AI to improve your products? Does that make sense? How are you going to embed things like ChatGPT or that capability into your products?
So I think first of all, AI is already everywhere in smartphones, but the application has been quite boring. It's led to like 5% or 10% improvements and not disruptive improvements in terms of the user experience. So for example, the smartphone cameras are all powered by AI because the sensors are so small on the smartphone, so you need software and computational photography to fill in the blanks and make the photos better. So there's already AI, but you can't really tell that it got much better thanks to it.
Yeah.
If we're talking about the new wave of these kind of large language models and generative AI, I think that's definitely something we could leverage, but we haven't figured out the right product market fit right now. We're building some prototypes of different products, leveraging AI that we can start testing with our community soon. But we don't know which one is going to work or not work. Maybe none of them work.
Right, yeah, sure. What do you think about ChatGPT? I think it was one of those technologies for me, Carl, where I kind of remembered exactly where I was when I first had a fiddle around with it. I can remember my heart rate going up because I thought, wow, AI is properly... I know AI is all around us, but I mean, at this level, it felt like it like real AI had arrived, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of like, this is a game-changing stuff here, you know? Did you have that feeling? And what do you see this, what is this triggered? Where's this gonna go?
I had a very similar feeling to you. It felt like similar to when the first iPhone came out.
Yeah, definitely. And crypto, I like crypto, so yeah, I had a similar feeling when I first saw Bitcoin as well. But I mean, those three stand out for me.
Yeah.
But it was definitely in that league, So yeah. But
so I think I know that the world will change fundamentally. I know there's a lot of startups trying to find the best application of AI. I don't think anybody's found it yet, but you can see the capabilities improve so quickly. So we're also trying to think about, how we can be a part of it, but we just need to test and experiment to see what really works and sticks. But I do think this is going to define this generation.